Hello, my name is Kit Mills, and welcome to another drum lesson. Today we're going to take a look at how we can easily expand our drumming vocabulary in our grooves. And it's pretty simple. What we'll do is we'll start with just the 1 and 2 and, or play it on the hi-hat. There's 4 hits here. The snare drum's on the third one. And a very simple way to expand this drumming vocabulary, as I said, is to add bass drum hits to it and to expand our comfort with where we play the bass drums to get to a point where we could play a bass drum along with any one of these hits. So the simple term for this is permutations, or all the different ways you could arrange these notes. We have 4 possible places where they could show up, so you could have 1 or more hits. There's 15 possibilities here. Technically a 16th, which is no hits, but we can all probably already do that, so we'll skip that one. So what we're going to do is practice each one of these in turn so you can kind of get comfortable with them. And in today's lesson, we're not going to work these up through different tempos. I'm going to get you going on these, get you familiar with it, and then you can always go back and rewatch the video, pause it with the thing up on the screen, and then work along with the metronome at your own paces to get yourself worked up to where you're comfortable. All right, so on the notation, as you're going to see, each pattern is repeated twice, and I've organized them in groups of 1-hit permutations, 2, 3, and 4. And you'll just want to take these and work through them, comfortably and easily. Some of them you'll probably already know. Some of them you may never have tried out. There's a lot of ones that you might find a little weird that have bass drum and snare drum hits at the same time. But that's a very useful skill to have. We're trying to get to the point where you can keep those hands going with no trouble and put bass drums anywhere in this group of 4 hits. So let's take a look. So here are the 15 permutations. You can see the top row are all the 1-note permutations. The second section has got 6 2-note permutations. The third section has got 4 3-note permutations, and then finally there's the 1 4-note permutation. And as I said, if you look at each of these exercises, the first, each of these measures is basically the same pattern twice. So you can see 2 groupings of 8th notes, 1 and 2 and then 3 and 4 and that'll be the same for each side of the measure. So I'm going to put the metronome on 60 beats per minute and play through each of these in turn. Okay, here's number 1A. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Pretty simple. You probably already know that one. Let's take a look at 1B. Now in this one, we're doing 1 bass drum hit again, but now it's on the second note of each group of 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... Okay, now let's take a look at number 1C. So now we've moved the hit on to the third of the group of 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and... Okay, now on to the fourth one. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... This is 1D. 1, 2 and 3, 4 and... Okay, now on to the 2-note permutations. Let's start with 2A. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... Now on to 2B. So now the bass drums are spread out more evenly. We have every other hit. Here we go. Now, number 2C, the first and the fourth hit of each group. 2, 3, and 4, and. Okay, now we're going to take a look at 2D. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, and on to 2E. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. And finally 2F. 1 and ready, go. Now we go on to the 3-note permutations. So we'll start with the first, second, and third. This is number 3A. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and. Now we're on to the second permutation. So this is 3B. Here we go. And on to 3C. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, and on to 3D. 3 and ready, go. And finally, the 4-note permutation. So all of the bass drums that you could do. Here we go. Number 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So that gives you an idea of how to prepare it. You may find that you need to start at a slower speed, especially with some of the seemingly more awkward ones. You know, any of these that are unfamiliar might feel a little awkward at first. That's kind of the nature of learning things. So slow it down to where it does not feel so awkward. It feels reasonably easy to time things, get them together, and then just play through it a bunch of times there. So you don't have to start at 60 beats per minute. You may find it's much more helpful to slow it a lot slower speed, set your metronome to eighth notes or whatever, and just make it easy to repeat a whole bunch of times. Once you've worked your way through these 15 permutations, you're going to find you have a considerably higher amount of control and comfort playing your bass drum along with this basic, hi-hat and snare drum or ride cymbal and snare drum pattern. And it's going to free you up to begin to create your own combinations. So a very simple and helpful next step, once you've got through these and have worked them up speed-wise, you're just feeling more comfortable, is to begin combining the different patterns. So you might take one of the patterns for the first 2 beats, 1 and 2 and then do a separate pattern for the second couple of beats, 3 and 4 and that begins to give you longer grooves. You could of course also extend this further and do it over 2 measures. So you could have, one pattern, then a different pattern, then in the next measure, one pattern and another pattern, a different pattern again. So you could do, say, 1A and then 1B, and then in the next bar, 1A again, and then, I don't know, 2D. So any of those could be done. And that'll give you all kinds of new possibilities. There's many, many ways we could extend this permutation concept to create lots and lots and lots of other grooves. So I hope that you will explore that. Take your time, be patient, make it feel easy to do, and you will be rewarded with a lot more comfort and a lot more expertise. So have fun with this. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to post those down in the comment section below, as well as any requests for future lessons. You can also contact me anytime at my website, kitmills.com, and I'd be happy to respond to you there as well. So if you have not already subscribed to my channel, I encourage you to do that and click the bell if you want to be notified of upcoming videos or streams. And if you liked the video, I hope you'll click the like button as well. It's always helpful to me to know when people have liked stuff. So thanks so much for your time. Have fun with this, and until next time, take care and keep on drumming. See ya.